This is a reading on Nancy Guthrie, who went missing out of the blue. And when they checked the cameras, there was nothing to be found. And I thought to myself, there was this guy that had been showing up at the scene, the crime scene of Mrs. Guthrie. And the camera person, a YouTuber, made sure to shoot the shot of the guy's body and his gait, the way he moved. The guy showed up drunk, and the camera guy called him party dude, because I guess he liked to drink. He showed up drunk over there. His dad brought him, and he looks mid-age, so I thought that the eyes were similar, and I didn't do this reading for a while because I was certain that they were gonna catch this guy, that it was him. That's what I thought. I thought it was him returning to the scene, but apparently the cops, they already questioned him, and they couldn't find anything to hold him. The reading starts off with the card of familiarity. A person that may have showed up, she was used to this person, she recognized them, and they were familiar in a way that you are with your close friends. We come to the card of the devil, desires. So this individual befriends people that have something that they want. So this individual may have come around to her home, been her friend, or somebody she talks to, passes time with, a person that you just have fun conversations with, reminiscent. But it shows this individual has a desire. A desire for wealth, this person seems to have been poking and prodding at Nancy Guthrie's heartstrings because she has money. This person may have even caused Miss Guthrie guilt trips to allow him to come in to breach her security. That she let her guard down. So is somebody close to her that had ulterior motives, that used her kindness as her weakness. You can fast forward this up to 2 times in the settings. I know I'm slow and it will sound much better probably if it's faster. This person told a lie in order to get through the door. Miss Guthrie has some kind of a determination here. Though he burdened her, he overpowered her. It seems that she did do her best to struggle. I feel like she may have had confidence in this individual before, and they betrayed her. It was a struggle for him to be able to get money from her. He wasn't able to do it. We know that from the situation is that Nancy Guthrie's daughter and family didn't want to give him any money without a body. Present the body and we'll give you the money, buddy. Which he never presented the body. So he got no money. He didn't see that coming. He waited for the money. He was watching her home. Now this is showing me that my instincts may have been right, that it was this fellow that showed up, because that's what criminals do. They go back to the scene. They watch. They want to see people's reactions. They want to find out how much everybody knows. He was watching. He's been watching. Now he was out there outright watching, but now he's doing it behind closed doors. So he's not going out there anymore watching the scene. He's doing it hidden. He's hiding when he's watching. Yeah, he's hiding that he's watching now. Because they saw him. He couldn't go back around there because they knew, the YouTubers knew who it was. Now this person is looking for something in particular, looking to see what they know, what they get at her house. Making sure that they don't find anything that's going to cause his whole facade to fall. Everything's going to come tumbling down if they find anything at all. I wouldn't doubt if the home is still closed off as a crime scene. They're still looking. They're not done. And he's watching them look. Yeah, he's watching them. So here we have the Three of Cups. He's watching the community get together regarding the situation. And if they come up with any evidence together, he's watching. So in hopes that that doesn't happen, that he can maybe throw it off. There's a responsibility to solve this crime. And I think that this individual is realizing that this is not going away. You thought it was just going to disappear? No way. Not at this point. You ran your mouth too much, asking for money, and I guess you didn't know who you were messing with, I suppose. I don't know. Why did you do that? And you thought you were going to get money for it. You didn't even think that through. Like, how are you going to get the money without getting caught, buddy? Only a drunk person. I shouldn't say that. But he had to be drunk every single day in order to be thinking that such a high profile case was just gonna get swept under the rug like a lot of cases do, because cops can't figure out what happened or they're too lazy to do it. So he sees that they're not stopping the investigation. Oops. He thinks he's getting away with it right now. He thinks he's getting away because they haven't found anything yet, and it's been all this time. He feels like he's getting away with it. He feels like he's sitting pretty now. He's comfortable. He's feeling emotionally balanced because nobody's bothering him anymore. Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better outcome than not being able to find him or find any evidence on him. No evidence. Can't hold me. You don't have a thing on me. You can't keep me here. You can't press charges on me without evidence. But there is apparently somebody who sees this and is constantly, battling it out regarding this, constantly rivaling this individual based on whatever has surfaced. This individual knows. Somebody knows. Somebody knows who did it. But for the fact that they don't have evidence is they cannot move forward. They can't trap this individual yet. They probably know who it is, and they're probably not giving a lot of clues on TV. It to me sounds like they act like they don't have any evidence, but they probably do. And they're just waiting. They may even know that this individual's been watching them, and they're allowing it. They're allowing him to think he's getting away with something. But there's somebody lurking on the side, in the background, who consistently comes up to this guy and questions him, so that they can move forward on this case. So, see, now I'm not worried that they don't have the right individual, but I'm worried that they can't put him away. Like, where did you put his body? Her body, I mean. And I'm gonna go grab my Ouija. Okay, so I got the Ouija and I automatically heard something like, let's go. I don't know. Almost like Bosco. I don't know the cities in Arizona all the way. Hardly at all, actually. I know Flagstaff and Phoenix and, some of the main things. But I'm going to look it up later and I'll put it in the title if I find anything like that. Bozo. Duffel bag, death, and duffel bag. So that won't be too easy to, it could be easy to find. Backyard? Could he have put her in his backyard, but you can't go on into his house if he doesn't let you? I think I'm done looking at that Ouija board. I mean, it's already ridiculous how long this has gone on without getting somebody. Okay, backyard. Duffel bag. Buried. Okay, so, I mean, I'm assuming it's buried in the duffel bag in the backyard. So, if you look at his home, like look in the backyard to see if it looks like he's been digging. I don't know, like, it's, ooh-wee, I'm so sorry, but I would be angry right now. I wouldn't even been able to stop myself from coming at this guy if I thought it was him. I would have already put my hands on him. Yeah, okay. So we not only got the 8 of Swords, but right after that's the 9 of Swords. Okay, so right now, he's got anxiety. He's got anxiety because he's trying to hold on to this. And he feels like it could be, like the truth could be pried out from his death grip. And his words could be used against him. Like he may have already said some things. That could even be why they are looking at him. And for this reason, like maybe this is being brought up to him in the conversation. Like, hey, remember when you said this? What do you mean by that? What did you mean by that? I'd like to know a little more about how you roll. Oh, oh. Okay, we got the 2 Swords. Yeah, anyways, they ain't getting nothing out of this guy. And they can't also move forward. Like, it's a deadlock, this situation. How disturbing. And we didn't even know that they have somebody like this that they're dealing with. You know, they don't want YouTubers on it. Once YouTubers get on it, it's over. They'll make the police department look so dumb. I'm sorry, I don't mean, not all of the police, but you know, I've met police who are very lazy. Not all of them, there's a lot of good ones, but then there's some lazy ones that don't belong there, and they're there for way too long. But anyway, besides the point, he doesn't want anybody to take any actions based on what he has said. He doesn't want anybody moving forward to find any more evidence. Like, I don't know if he could be actively blocking. If they're asking him questions, he's just like, no, I've got nothing to say. And oops, I said too much already, and you're not getting any more out of me, and no, you're not going to search my property. Get the hell out of here. You need a warrant, and they can't get a warrant because they don't have any information, you know. And who would have thought that some weirdo like that would go to an elderly woman's home and destroy her life? For what did he get? What did he take? Oh, that's right, he wanted money, but he never got it because he's that dumb. He probably didn't want to stay at the crime scene long enough to get caught. You know, she has family. So he had to get the hell out of there and take her with him. There was a blood drop on the front porch, and that's kind of what, that could be, you know, let's not talk about it. We already know what that's her blood. He caused her to bleed, but tried to subdue her as soon as he got in there. Probably as soon as he could, he swung at her, you know, and he took her to leave. He thinks that the worst part of their investigations dealing with him is over because they're in a position where they don't have any information and he's not giving it. He thinks that he is far away enough from getting caught that they can't take any action on him at this point, is what he's thinking. But look in the backyard, you might find something there. Okay, the Star and Justice. Like the most important part of the evidence is not even gotten. They can't get to whatever evidence they need in order to bring justice to the situation. they need something and they can't get it right now. Like maybe it's there, but right at this moment, they're being held up from it. But they've got the energy. They're not stopping. This is going to go on forever if it has to. As long as these people are in their positions, the police department. They intend on getting a victory out of this. So the police department probably feels like, the legal system probably feels like they're gonna be able to solve this case. And it's just a matter of time. This fool is blocking. He thinks he's free and clear. He thinks the worst is over for him, but it's still coming. It's still coming for him. He thinks that he was able to, destroy evidence or, hide it so that they don't have it in the case, and they're going to have to walk away from him. They're going to have to leave him alone. That they're not going to be able to catch him is what he's thinking because they don't have the evidence. They might have enough to get a warrant, but it's going to be like they got to be careful about it because the situation, it's not like outright, obvious. So they're going to have to legally do some things in order to rein this case back on track, because this guy is hiding evidence and he thinks that he can just get away with it. So it seems like it's tricky. It's a tricky situation. Bringing the right things together for the case to get solved. What it is, what it is, what it is. They're depending on what has been said by this individual most of all. They have an idea of a lot of things regarding this individual and their manipulation. Somebody knows quite a bit about what's going on other than the assailant. They see how this guy is being tricky. They know. Okay, so now we don't have to feel so bad right now that it's not solved. I feel like they know who it is. And, look at Party Guy when the YouTuber was filming him and the way he walked and his eyes, how the eyes are. They look like I would say like Irish eyes. And so when you look at the assailant on the ring door cam, he's got, like, you could say that the eyes would be the same. And then the way that the person walks, like with the pot belly, like how they're soft boned, like they don't have any muscle. Like this individual is an inactive person. So he probably thought he could easily take over an old lady, but it looked like up there she put up a fight, and it probably surprised him. I would imagine, because it just seemed like there was a struggle, like she put up a little bit of a fight. Okay, So, you know, people in the justice system are determined to bring the evidence together and get this guy taken out. And at least even like if he's sitting there watching from the property, they don't want him sitting there doing that. That's disgusting. They cannot wait to take this guy, but they can't get him gone yet until they get that evidence. Look, we got 4s in a row here. There's a lot of, even it's very emotional for these people dealing with this, because they know who it is and they just can't seem to get this a piece of evidence that could bring it all together. They're waiting to discover more things. Okay, this is why they're just waiting to discover more. This guy, he might be feeling like secure right now, possibly, but the insecurity could be hanging over his head at the same time. So right now he thinks he's sitting pretty, but in the back of his mind, he knows that the consistent prying, that the justice system not going away is not putting him at ease. He's starting to feel insecure about the situation because of that, because it's continuing. I feel like these detectives are getting very creative in figuring things out, and this is making him uncomfortable. Probably every time they come to talk to him or ask him anything, or them doing their job out there, they don't find enough at Nancy Guthrie's house. They don't have anything, so he's feeling happy right now. I feel like I've done this reading before in the way that what I'm saying here is deja vu. They don't have anything at the house. This made them sad. This, you know, it was deeply disturbing that they couldn't find it. They don't have anything from the house. Zero. Except for that video ring door bell. And then the YouTuber caught that guy coming back to the scene, party guy. But hey, listen, I'm going to say this, everything's alleged. You're not supposed to go after somebody unless you know for sure. But whatever YouTubers do, they do the right thing. They know how to do it. I am not one of those people, but YouTubers, like the whole internet, on the chats and stuff, people know things and they could really help out with these investigations. But so the YouTuber had party guy on the scene. It looks so much like him. You'll have to see it. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was like when they were setting up the cameras, they were getting ready. Maybe there was going to be a statement by somebody or something, but they were setting cameras up this day. And JLR Investigates was on the scene as well. I think he might have been pulling up after this happened. But anyways, let's keep it going. I'm really glad that we did get that duffel bag in the backyard thing. And isn't it interesting that they found a barrel with a body in it, but it wasn't Nancy Guthrie? So it's like, did he also hide a body there that they found? So do they have a little serial killer on their hands? And this guy, he's scrawny, little pot belly, so you wouldn't think this individual would be out there becoming a serial killer, but I guess, look, she's an old lady. And I think that the person that was found in the barrel was a girl. Not maybe a little girl, but like maybe a, teenager or something like that. When I heard about it, I thought it was a teenager or something like that. It was just like a girl, basically, is what I had in mind. So somebody he thinks he can overpower, especially with a weapon. If he had one in his hands, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't want to fight against a weapon in their face. But, it'd be nice to know how to disarm people. He's just counting on the Justice Department not having any evidence in order to take him in. They will not be able to press charges without any kind of evidence. But they know it's him. They know it. They all know she's not here anymore. She was taking medicine to keep her alive, and every single day. It would have probably been better if she straight up had a heart attack rather than let that individual have his way. So I would be at peace just knowing, that he may have hit her. Yeah, he did that. But, she didn't have to suffer for too long. They gotta get him. They need to get him. Yeah, he was coming around the family. He was coming around the home and the people that loved her. Acting like the nice guy, while he knew their hearts were broken. And he probably wanted to be seen as like someone that could bring some kind of comfort, or that he could help with the situation. Yeah, it's like when somebody steals something from you and they offer to help you look for it. Yeah, right. I don't need you going through my shit any more than you already have. So it's a battle of strength at this point, with what's figuring out a new evidence just on a whim, just on a daily basis, taking things as they come, trying to figure out what it means, what to do with it, any kind of information. Having the strength to see it through to the end is going to be the downfall of this individual. He's not expecting them to continue in their search. They just don't know where to look right now, in which that Ouija gave me that. And I didn't just look at that and decide that on my own to come up with those words. These words, they stick out. And duffel bag, backyard, those are two very specific things. He doesn't want them to find that evidence. So this was the reading for Nancy Guthrie. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want more.